Nearly 3 million Australians don't have access to basic financial products such as a credit card, car insurance, or even a bank account. That's the finding of a new study into financial exclusion conducted by the University of New South Wales Centre for Social Impact. Instead, people are relying on family or friends or turning to fringe credit products like payday lenders to get money. Connolly is the report's author.
We've interviewed over 50,000 individuals and asked them about their challenges in getting access to mainstream financial products. And the main issues are cost, the complexity of the products, especially insurance, and some people have literacy difficulties, language difficulties, and there's also a very large group of people who are remote, who find that distance is a problem as well. Unfortunately for those people, it's quite a large group. It's about 17.2% of the population who don't have affordable and appropriate access to mainstream financial services.
And so you found that a lot of them turn to family or friends to try and raise cash when they need it, or go to other places such as payday lenders who tend to charge very high levels of interest.
People who don't have access to mainstream products, unfortunately the alternatives that they have, the fringe credit products, they tend to exploit consumers. They can be incredibly expensive, very high fees, charges, interest rates, etc. And it also means that those individuals don't have any money set aside or don't have access to credit for an emergency, and they can really be knocked about by even quite small changes in their circumstances.
And you looked at where around Australia this problem was the worst. What did you find?
Well, for the first time we've been able to map the levels of financial exclusion in 58 Australian regions. We found that there are some regions who have very high levels of financial exclusion. Wollongong, the inner city areas of Sydney and Melbourne, for example, and also some very large regional remote areas of Queensland, South Australia and Western Australia. And we're really worried that these are areas that need better services, need better education about financial products, and probably aren't being well serviced by the mainstream banks and insurance companies.
And you also looked at the reasons why people wanted to access credit, get more money. Was it for unexpected expenses, or was it just simply to make ends meet?
We were very surprised to find that people's current need for credit wasn't related to major items such as health or education or car repairs. It was all really about quite minor items, even food, clothing, and certainly paying utility bills was one of the highest reasons that people needed credit. And that's really worrying for Australia, that there are people who don't have access to credit, who can't afford to pay for these basic everyday items, and there might be quite a gap developing between their income and their day-to-day expenses.
Connolly, thank you.
Thanks.